7 seconds on the shot clock. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Basket wouldn't go, but back to the free throw line goes Michael Jordan.
Penalty. 2-shot. Michael Jordan.
Didn't go in. Lenny upset that the foul was called.
And that's the first free throw missed since way back early in the second quarter by Michael Jordan. And what a time for it, because now we could have one of those one-point things.
That's where the three-pointer can come in then.
49 seconds remaining. Jordan has now made 19 out of 23 from the line. Chicago leads it by 1. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Stolen by Chicago. Pippen got a hand on it. Cartwright pulled it away.
They shouldn't foul, Pete. They should not foul. They got to play good defense. They'll get the ball back. A foul here could be very costly to them.
A 5-second difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Michael. Hammered by Nance. Jordan goes back to the line.
But still plenty of time for Cleveland with 9 seconds. Michael makes these two. Let's assume it. You get the timeout, the ball at half court. A 3-point shot. Chance to tie the ball game.
Jordan has 47. Chicago up by 1.
He's got to knock both of these in.
There's one. And he hit it. We are tied at 99. Timeout Chicago with 4 seconds remaining.
I love it.
And here we go. This might be for the season. Michael puts it up. No. Overtime.
Overtime.
Great idea.
Oh, Al, you're going to study really hard and take the test for garbage man.
Way to go, Dad. You'll pass this time.
What is Al's brainstorm?
Let me introduce you to the Bundy Shoe Lights. Let me just turn Kelly on.
Then won't you be to need some candy and $5?
Is the plus the positive or the negative? Oh, that's all right. We'll find out soon enough.
Sunday on TV 29.
I've continued to maintain home ice is really not that big a deal. It's the playoffs, and teams play without worrying about location. Montreal took back that so-called home ice advantage. They won it tonight 5-1 against the Flyers. The Canadiens now lead the series 2-1. For the pictures, let's go to the Spectrum. Patrick Roy in goal for the Canadiens, and he was excellent tonight. Stops right there and kept the Canadiens really in the game in the first period. And the Canadiens scored against Reggett. By the way, Ron Hextall told me tonight he will play Sunday in Game 4. The backhander inside the pipe and Reggett, and it's 1-0 Canadiens. Charbonneau. Another score here. Tippin in front. Shane Corson tips it in and makes it 2-0 Montreal in the second. Look at this defense. That shouldn't happen. Bob Gainey all the way in, takes the pass, the shot. It's 3-0 Canadiens. With the score 4-0, the Flyers finally got a goal. But it was in the third period.
Why the Hawks putting people here?
1 second. Humphreys for the game.
Oh.
And for the second straight game, the Bucks and the Hawks move to overtime.
But Pippen is going to send it outside. Davis tries it. Won't go. Hodges tries it. Won't go. This series goes back to Cleveland. In overtime, the Cavaliers have kept their hopes alive. 108-105. Cavaliers beat Chicago.
And Sleepy Floyd hit that three-pointer just as time was running out in regulation. A great comeback for Houston, but they had timeout. Everybody thought it would go to Dale Ellis. Instead, it went underneath for Xavier McDaniel. He put it in, and the Seattle Sonics eliminate the Houston Rockets. Meanwhile, in overtime, it's the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll have more on that game in a moment.
Seconds left. The Bucks calling on Moncrief.
And Rivers is gone. Blocking foul call against Doc Rivers, and that's his 6th.
Doc had a death wish tonight. 12 shots in the fourth, an 86% shooter.
Moncrief on the bench all night, now come in to deliver some key free throws. He makes his first one.
And his second. 10 points for Sidney in the ball game. And again, it's the 1-point lead. John Battle doing yeoman work in the backcourt for the Hawks. The Cavaliers have stayed alive with the victory, and now the Hawks trying to match the road Cavaliers. Moses Malone.
Another forced shot by Big Moses, but he got in the paint over Sigma for that basket.
23 points, 17 rebounds for Moses. He was ill in Game 3. He has come back strong in Game 4. Humphreys for 2.
Short.
For the third game in a row, Montreal had the Flyers all tied up, like a team trying to skate through molasses, if you will. 1 goal in 9 periods plus. That speaks for itself. Not even the return of Ron Hextall could get the Flyers going. Not even physical stuff could get the Flyers going. Jeff Chickman got into it with Claude Lemieux during a scoreless first period, but to no avail. The big story again tonight, goalie Patrick Roy. The Canadiens' defense helps him out, and he stopped everything the Flyers shot at him. Okay, we go midway through the second, and the Flyers see Montreal get a second chance. Shane Corson on the rebound, the only goal they need. 4 minutes later, a 5-on-3, though, and Chris Chelios makes it 2-0. Before the period is over, a Mark Howe giveaway. Guy Carbonneau scores, 3-0. No scoring in the third. It ended 3-0. Canadiens up 3-1, but when it was over, this ugly scene as the fans mixed it up with the Montreal bench. The players started to come to their coach's assistance. All in all, not a nice night at the Spectrum. Scott Palmer has more on a hockey night that was not to be for the orange and black.
Not even the return of Ron Hextall was enough. The first goal of the series has been so important, and when the Canadiens finally struck first, the Flyers knew they were in trouble.
We have to get that first goal and get our confidence going a little bit better. I think it gives us a little bit of a rush of excitement, and that's what we're going to have to do the next game up there is, we have nothing to lose now. We're backs against the wall, and go out there and get the first goal. We're going to have to start scoring some goals to win the games.
They had a perfect game again, like they had the first game in here. And we tried as hard as we can, but we didn't get a hold on him.
Montreal's second goal came after a Hextall delay of game penalty, gave the Canadiens a 5-on-3. The Flyers goalie was game tonight, but he was overmatched.
18 other guys in the ice can put over the glass, and there's no penalty, and the goalie does it, and there's a penalty. I mean, our stick is twice as big as theirs. We can't shoot the puck better than they can. I mean, why is the rule for us? Maybe it should be for them. It tells you something about the rulemaking in this league, in my opinion. It's a joke.
Give Montreal a 2-goal lead, and all you can do is start making plans for the next game. Right now, that could also be the final game the Flyers play this season.
Obviously, we got a big hill to climb, and it's going to be tough, but we have to get some breaks, and hopefully we can pull it out, but nothing's impossible.
The writing may be on the wall now, but while almost everyone has given up on this team, the Flyers have never given up on themselves, and they say they will not do it now. I'm Scott Palmer, Channel 6 Action News with the Flyers at the Spectrum.
Playoffs today, the Bulls were one of the 2 road teams that won and eliminated a home team. Today, Michael Jordan in Ohio had 44 points against the hometown Cavaliers. Cleveland's been oh so tough at home, and they got the outside game going from Mark Price. Right here, they'll get the inside game from Larry Nance. But they left the Bulls one final chance. And yes, Michael Jordan wins it. 101-100. Chicago advances to face the Knicks. On the playoff scoreboard, Milwaukee also won on the road. They'll go on to face Detroit. And Los Angeles has won the opener of their best-of-7 against Seattle. So the NBA playoffs are heating up, but the Flyers have got to heat up in a hurry come Tuesday night.
This noon, the season isn't over yet for the Flyers. They beat the odds by beating the Canadiens in Montreal last night 2-1 in overtime. Now that forces the Wales Conference playoffs to at least Game 6, and that game will be on Spectrum Ice tomorrow night. The teams battled it out till midway through the second period when Derek Smith scored for the Flyers, with Ron Hextall turning away shot after shot. It looked like that would be all the Flyers needed until late in the third period. The Canadiens' Bobby Smith slipped a shot past Hextall. Well, the tension continued into overtime. 5 minutes in, though, team captain Dave Pullen, who was playing with 2 broken toes, sent the rebound of a Gord Murphy shot past Patrick Roy for the winning goal. Montreal coach Pat Burns says he doesn't relish the thought of another
game, which I suppose would tell you what was coming up later. What happened was Hextall had swiped Brian Strudlin's stick, And so they get into this. All right, guess who's in the stands tonight? That's it, Lasorda. His team's in town for a game tomorrow. Scott Mellenby, 1-0. The team that scores first wins the game until tonight. Jeff Chychrun, on a Montreal power play, watch, inadvertently puts the puck into his own net. Team gets credit for it, it's 1-1. Then on the power play, Bobby Smith deflects a Chris Chelios, whom we will hear from later. And they're at the drive 2-1. And a 3-on-2, Chelios made it 3-1. And then late in the game, watch, Hextall come out, charge at Chelios. Prior to that, Sutter had taken a penalty because of it, any hope at all of winning. But in the end, the traditional skate, Howe, Roy, either Chelios, Hextall there, of course. And Roy talked about Hextall.
No respect for Hextall. On the ice, maybe off the ice he's a good guy, but on the ice, got no respect for him.
You must have known, based on what happened in Game 1, that this was building up inside them and something was going to happen soon.
Sure, you know, I'm ready for like what happened with Sutter. You expect to get hit, you know, and what happened with the prop incident. Like I said, they got a lot of character, and you know, with Sutter, you expect. Hextall, you don't know what to expect. So, you know, he came and I was ready, and you know, fortunately, no one got injured, and it's over.
You know, you people sit and ask me why. I mean, God Almighty, these both took Brian Propp's head off. I mean, I think that's a good enough reason.
At Riverfront Stadium, Cincinnati trailed by 2 with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 9th when they rallied to score 3 times. Bo Diaz started it with a double. Herm Winningham finished it with a 2-run single, providing the Reds with a 6-5 victory. Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell snapped a scoreless tie with back-to-back solo homers in the top of the 12th, victimizing Philadelphia's Steve Bedrosian for a 2-0 Giant lead. But with 2 outs in the bottom of the inning, Bob Dernier plated the tying runs. And as the ball scooted past Mitchell and left, Dernier raced home with the run that gave the Phillies the 3-2 win. The Cubs blanked the Braves. San Diego won in 11. In the American, Cito Gaston's debut as Toronto skipper was a success. George Bell drove in 3 in the 5-3 win over Cleveland. Willie Wilson and Danny Tartable each hit 2-run homers. Kansas City edged Minnesota 4-3. Detroit topped Chicago. It's Oakland over Milwaukee. New York leads the Angels. Steve Kevin.
Sports this noon. The Phillies and the Giants go at it again tonight at Vet Stadium. Last night, the fans really got their money's worth as the Phils beat San Francisco 3-2 in a 12-inning thriller. Phil's starter Don Carmen hurled 9 shutout innings, giving up just 4 hits, but still left the game without credit for the win. Steve Bedrosian came in on relief with the score tied at 0. After he gave up solo homers in the 12th to Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell, the Phils appeared to be doomed. But then in the bottom of the 12th, with 2 men on base, Bob Dernier lined a shot to left field that became an inside-the-park home run. Look at that. After sliding across the plate head first, he pounded the dirt a moment in jubilation.
Pimlico in Baltimore provided a photo finish on Saturday as Sunday Silence nipped Easy Goer at the wire for the second leg of horse racing's Triple Crown. Charlie Whittingham's Sunday Silence, ridden by Pat Valenzuela, won the Kentucky Derby a couple of weeks ago, the Preakness on Saturday, and needs a win at the Belmont Stakes to capture horse racing's elite prize. Easy Goer is once again a bridesmaid, finishing.
Owners of Lord Stanley's Cup, Calgary defeated Montreal 4-2 to capture the best-of-7 final series 4 games to 2. Al McInnes was named winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff's most valuable player.